So what does the Bible say about this? What does the Bible say about ghosts? There is no such thing. Now again, we are so immersed and inundated with these ghost stories and ghost shows that might sound crazy. What do you mean there are no ghosts? Well, of course there are ghosts. The Bible says no. Remember, we're starting from the position of believing that God, the Creator, has spoken to us and given us something reliable to tell us what is true. So when we look into what He has said, we find that ghosts are impossible. All right, so what does the Bible say about what happens to our spirit when we die? The way we define death actually is that the body dies and the spirit is separated. That's the only time that can happen. All right, the Bible says there are only two places that you go when you die. If you die tonight, your spirit would go to one of two places. This is what God has said. Number one, it would go to heaven. So you either go there with God or you go to Hades. Hades is the Greek word, but the Hebrew word is Sheol, and most often translated the grave. This is a place of torment, a temporary place of torment. It is not hell. A temporary place of torment that you await your judgment. So these are the only two places the Bible talks about, and you only get out of those when the final judgment comes. This comes from the teaching of Christ. There's a story He told in Luke 16 that completely destroys the whole idea of ghosts. I want to read it to you, okay? Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who has life in Himself. There was a certain rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. That means he had it good. But there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, full of sores, who was laid at his gate, desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. So it was. The beggar died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. Abraham's bosom was a phrase they used for heaven with God. The rich man also died and was buried, and being in torments in Hades, he lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Then he cried and said, Father Abraham, so he's crying out from Hades, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in the water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted and you are tormented. And besides this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed. There is a great gulf fixed. Remember what I told you. So here we got these two men that dies. One goes to Abraham's bosom, he goes to be with God. One goes into Hades. The one in Hades says, please, send somebody to help me. He doesn't say, let me go back to the earth so I can avenge my death. Let me go back so I can say, sorry, Mom, I wasn't nice to you. And Jesus says, you cannot leave. These things are fixed. God does not allow your spirit to stay here. You go to one or the other and you stay there until the judgment. These things are fixed.